First bell getting ready to drop. You know, got these little bitty windrows out here. I think it just decided to cut this yesterday. There's about 8 acres here. I always try to squeeze out that last little bit. You know, we've had a dry spell here, and the garden, you know, I bush hogged all that. I can't be dealing with that. The East Farm, where I had my corn and my sunflowers and potatoes, watering is going to be an issue if I want to continue to grow there, or I at least need to have a plan for droughty conditions like it's been this year. It's been dry. You know, I don't pay much attention to how many inches we get, but you know, we're the end of August, getting ready to go into September. Oh, another bell. And it is, my stomp test says it's really, really dry. The lost my train of thought. But with it being so dry, me not having, or bush hogging the garden early on, you know, maybe do a winter garden, or at least a fall garden. I'd like to do garlic again. I don't even think I showed harvesting that. I don't know if I waited too long, or if it was just that the soil was too hard, but I didn't have a great turnout. I don't even know if I got what I planted back. We'll drive around here until this dumps its first stack. Haven't put out much content recently. No projects going on, no nothing. They're hiring a new service manager at work. I applied for that job and didn't get it. That falls under the whole, it's not meant for me to succeed. Which I'm fine. I just hope they hire somebody internally. I hate seeing stuff like that go from outside people. Checking the moisture in that tablet's not working. That has his moisture. What's it say? It's stock settings? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that box saves it.
Did you say help? Help, people. What do I do?
I switched to Jude's fucking iPad.
Does it have to have an iPad?
Yeah. Or an Android, but they won't release the software for the Android 14.
That would suck because you could use your phone.
Can't.
Fuckers.
It won't work on the phone.
Fuckers.
Alright, I'm gonna punch some fucking bells in.
Alright, have fun. Yeah. His moisture and bell counter and all that stuff is tied into, I forgot who did it, but it can't get his iPad fired up, and he's been on hold with them with tech support, and I guess the computer on the baler keeps all that information, so he borrowed our nephew's iPad just to get it to work. You just download the app, but it saves all of his settings and everything that he needs on the actual baler, so that's good to go. Like I said, these are real small windrows here. He was trying to get it to dry out very quick. You know, you get some of that western hay. Man, them bastards cut hay in the morning, and it's ready to go in the afternoon. Not around here. Sometimes it takes 2 days to get it to dry out. We've got so much humidity, it's just ridiculous. But, you know, so he kind of made small rows trying to get it to dry out quick. But at least it's good to go, so he can get these few acres up. You know, squeeze out every bell you can at the last minute. But going back to talking about projects, I've got, you know, nothing going on. I took the Pontiac, the wagon, on a road trip this past week. Not long. I drove 6.5 hours or so on Friday, stayed the night, and then, you know, came home Saturday morning. But I mean, shoot, it did absolutely perfect. Not even any fix it on the road videos I could do. I mean, the rear speakers quit working was pretty much the only thing, and that didn't leave me without tunes. I was able to go through and just disconnect it back at the back pillar and, you know, still use the front speakers. But that car's been doing fine. I haven't used any of my equipment, you know, other than to move a few wagons, and it's all working fine. I've got Jackson wants the wagon, so I'm going to sell that to him, and I'm going to get me something else. And I'm actually considering something like a Bubble Caprice or even a Buick Roadmaster, something like that. You know, it's still a big B-body car, which I like. It's just, you know, obviously a little bit newer. And that comes into play for stuff like one of my biggest things I want is AC. Oh, Jackson's not home. He must be busy. To pay for the wagon, he's been slinging hay, works at a feed store, and busting out 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Pretty proud of him. Weird coming up the driveway and having most of the stuff cleaned out. But like I say, I don't have any projects. You know, if I do get another car, maybe do a couple things with that, but nothing exciting, even remotely exciting. You know, I don't care for this truck. Its towing capacity is not where I wish it could be. I've got a bush hogging job that my brother doesn't want to do that make me a couple $1,000 maybe here in the next couple weeks. And, you know, he's willing to let me use his tractor and going out there and hauling it. It's, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes from here. And I just hate that, you know. I hate having him to do that. I know he doesn't mind and likes to help me, but it's aggravating. I just want to be able to do it myself, you know. I'd like to have a bigger tractor. I'd like to have a trailer. But you got to have a truck that can tow that stuff. You know, this, I did a video on this truck, and I was pulling, I think it was a 40-foot gooseneck, my tractor and bush hog on it, and it didn't like it. Now, mind you, that bush hog was extremely large. It was, you know, I mean, a big DOT version. So that kind of makes sense as to why it was struggling a little bit, but it shouldn't. I mean, it's a 1-ton truck, and that stuff wasn't that heavy. So if I'm daily driving a car and I don't have to daily drive my truck, I got half a mind to build a tow rig. Something like a, you know, 80s model C700 or 7000 or C65. That's a 1.5 and a 2-ton square body. You know, something like that. You can get those, you know, they've got just like semi drivetrains in them. And that would be ideal for towing. You run into insuring that stuff with my insurance. USAA doesn't like doing that weird stuff. You know, like F550s and stuff like that, they won't insure. They consider it commercial. So I gotta go through another insurance company to get the commercial. But then if that's farm, that would actually keep it 100% separate for tax purposes. I just don't know. Definitely something to think about. But like I say, next step is finding me a car so Jackson can drive the wagon, so I can get out of, or so I can, I've got a car, he's got the wagon, so he can get out of the Jeep. He's driving my brother's Jeep right now, which is horrible, not roadworthy piece of shit. I mean, we really appreciate my brother letting him use it, but that Jeep is like a farm Jeep, and it's rusted out, and, you know, a lot of issues like that. So I'd like to give him something a little bit better before winter. And, you know, he loves the station wagon, so it's a win-win for everybody. But like I say, that's about all that's going on. Like I say, I just want to do a little upgrade and information and update and check and advise on what I got going on. Like I say, it is next to nothing. That's why there's not really been any videos put out. You know, hopefully I'll get some stuff coming up and get some for the handful of people that enjoy watching my content. You know, give you guys something to watch. You know, once again, I appreciate every one of you all for liking and subscribing and all that good stuff that you do. As always, be good and be safe, and we'll catch you next time.